We work to promote recycling and proper management of plastics, particularly across the wide variety of plastic markets, automotive, building and construction, packaging, and other applications, and look at life cycle impacts and environmental improvements related to plastics. Plastics and other materials, biodegradable or not, don't belong in our oceans. When we're finished using them, they belong in recycling bins. And what we're trying to do is work with partners, and this is a problem that's bigger than any one organization, so working with partners is important. Working with partners to get more access to recycling around the state of California and other jurisdictions. We're working with California State Parks, working with Caltrans to put recycling bins in public places around the state. We know people want to recycle. We've put over 700 new recycling bins on beaches in California and also at rest stops. So we're very excited about that partnership, working with those organizations and keep California beautiful to keep this material out of the environment. The bioplastics that exist today are not things that generally break down if they're put into the marine environment. So we wouldn't want the material to make it out into the environment. Keeping it from getting there in the first place is the most important thing. The compostable plastics, they're meant to degrade in an industrial composting facility that reaches high temperatures and have active bacteria to decompose the material. That's not the case when you go into a marine environment. The water doesn't reach those kinds of temperatures. It's not meant to degrade in that kind of environment. It's meant to degrade in a composting facility. And we think it's very important that we communicate to people in terms of labeling for products, etc., that biodegradable doesn't mean that something can be thrown out into the environment and littered. Our members are always looking for new innovations and are looking to help improve the environmental performance of plastics. We've been focused on increasing recycling of plastics for years. We're working on increasing the collection of rigid containers around the state of California and across the country. California now has 63% of communities have access to recycling things like yogurt tubs and butter tubs, and we're trying to spread that across the country and get that in more jurisdictions. The same thing with bags and film, increasing the awareness of the ability to recycle bags and film at grocery stores, making sure there's more knowledge about the ability of people to do that. We'll always have to work on keeping material from being littered in the first place, whether it's something that will biodegrade over time into completely harmless materials. If those come about, that would be one thing, but I think the timeline on something like that happening suggests you shouldn't really ever have litter in the environment. That's something that we all need to work together.